What is up? My name is Jay, and I'll be sharing a story with y'all today called Deep Conditioning. Okay. The best feeling in the world for someone with hair like yours is a good wash day. I don't mean the wash day in your shower where your curls clog the drain and your toes begin to prune. The best feeling in the world to someone with hair like yours is a trip to the hair salon, where some woman named Keisha or Trina or some else that ends in A has you wait 30 minutes after your appointment time before she can even get started. Anticipating the wash is half of the experience. She will have you sit in a pleather chair, and the bright yellow stuffing will peek out through the tears in it. The lifted edges of the fabric will poke at your thighs, but you will find comfort in the exposed cushion. The room smells of hot air, some of it wafting from the summer outside. The rest, though, could be the overhead dryers. Under them, several women who could be your grandma or auntie are perched on their thrones, the dryers their plum crowns. The heat might also be from the hot combs and flat irons, curlers and blow dryers, all at work in the salon. This place is at the center of the world. For the little girl seated next to you, it is a first time. She shakes her leg nervously, her small ankles dangling toward the warm concrete floor. Her hair floats around her head. Her thick coils are a sedimentary brown, almost red. She is a firecracker. When impatient, she would stand and ask for a piece of hard candy, which the stylist kept at the front door. She had already had several pieces, but had eyes no mother or auntie or grandma could refuse. When her parent considered telling her no more, the whole salon rang out in contempt. Get that baby a piece of candy. You really gonna say no to that little angel? You done already spoiled her this much. What's another piece gonna do? So, she had another, and another, and another, and after her turn in the salon chair, her scalp red from the ritual braiding, her face decorated with tears, she would have one more on her way out. She would wave goodbye to those women who supported her candy habit, still seated beneath the dryers, and smile as she disappeared into the summer sun. Keisha, or Trina, or whoever you had booked that week, was finally ready for you. Your legs are wet and stuck to the seat of that faux leather chair. The pattern of the tears is imprinted on your thighs, but everyone has been there, and no one comments. As you strut from the row of women waiting toward the row of women serviced, your heart beats a little faster. Perhaps you hum the last song you heard before leaving your car. You briefly recall the wind through your hair, the air that rushed through your scalp as you sped to your appointment. Upon recalling the smell of your own uncleanliness, you rush toward your stylist and her bowl of hot and soapy water. You would climb up into her salon chair, carefully placing your feet on the metal bar beneath you, and wait for her to drape you in the all-black smock, typical of establishments like this one. She will tell you to tilt your head, and with your eyes already closed, you feel that she has grazed the center of your forehead with her fingertips to guide you backward into the bowl. She will rinse your already detangled hair before applying a sulfate, paraben, and guilt-free shampoo to her hands. As she sinks her fingertips into your scalp, your toes curl inside of your shoes. She lifts this month's grime and sweat and sadness from your scalp, and your hair begins to smell of shea and vanilla. There's a faint coconut scent, and you know that this is a salon chair in the center of the city, but you could just as easily be on a beach, hundreds of miles away. You are kept here, in this salon, by the voices of the women nearby. Some hiss at the burn of a hot comb, some sigh at the time passed beneath the overhead dryers, but mostly there is laughter. The space above your head is filled with it. If you weren't so enthralled by the feeling of fingers in your hard-to-reach scalp, you might open your eyes and see the shade of it. It is an orange laughter, and the voices of these women settle in your belly like a warm sunset. Your stylist rinses the shampoo and applies a deep conditioner. She will pour your hair into a plastic cap, which will keep your head warm as you lay back and wait for her to return. She will leave you for 15 to 20 minutes with your thoughts. There is one radio playing Destiny's Child's Emotions and another playing Miles Davis. You spend some time trying to decide which you'd rather listen to. Eventually, you choose to silence them both instead of focusing on the sound of the water running next to you. The woman to your left is in the middle of a rinse, and you can smell the warmth of the water as it sings a blues tune to her scalp. You imagine the water running from her temples down to her ears. It is a mildly uncomfortable feeling unless you choose to succumb to it. You follow the feeling down her neck, through her shirt, and as that single drop of water makes it all the way down her back, she can no longer feel it, and you can no longer follow. Suddenly, you are drawn back to the pressure of the water against your own head. Your stylist has returned. Her fingers against your temples send a heat down your spine. You are clay in her hands. She lifts you from the chair as the last of your conditioner falls down into the drain. She takes you to the styling chair in front of a large rectangular mirror. In front of it are various hair products for all kinds of textures, though most of her clients look like you. Their curls tight, like the hug of her fingertips against your head. You came for a press and curl for your sister's wedding. Your stylist will ask if you like the groom. You will lie, and you will lie with a smile. Through the heat of the blow dryer against your scalp, you will grit your teeth. She will question your integrity using only her eyes and a lifted brow. Still, you bare your teeth and say something like, "He's a good man, a pastor's boy." But you know that he is so much more than that. He is a picture, poorly painted, a misnomer for memory. Your sister could have come with you to get her hair done. You used to do it together all the time before she met him. He is a tall man, like your father was. He has large hands like him too. Your sister says his hands are soft, nothing like Daddy's. Daddy liked Miles Davis and whiskey, Maker's Mark, and Mama, but he liked Maker's more. Mama was peach, like the women in this hair salon. Her joy could settle in anybody's belly and spread throughout the bodies of even strangers. On Daddy, Mama's joy settled much like whiskey, a hazy kind of heat. He really loved them both, but he only had enough space on his heart for one true love, so he loved Mama cold. Nightly, she would lose a piece of herself to him, in their bed, head bloodied, resting against the kitchen counter, and finally, in the bathroom, though there were pieces of her all over that house. Mama had been so warm, but the sun had to set sometime. You never thought you'd live in a world where the moon never left you, but the sun hung itself from its own rays in the middle of your bathroom one leaden winter's night. It didn't rise the next morning, so how could she? You cried at her feet for hours before you could call the cops. Daddy left you to tell your sister. Daddy left you to raise your sister. What help would he have been anyway? He disappeared into a bottle of Makers and never came out. You tell people he drowned. You like the theatrics of it all. You can feel the stylist finishing your hair. You're bringing yourself back to this moment. You prefer to go to the salon rather than to wash and press your own hair. You like to feel the sun on your face. You like to lose yourself in that massive mirror. You think of how much you look like your mother. You think of your sister too, how you also share a face. You smile most when surrounded by the laughter of those women with warm crowns covering their hair. Watching the little girls get what they want when they can't have what they need is an intermission from your own reality. This place drowns you in peach, even as you leave. After paying your stylist, your healer, your guide, you walk towards the door and smile so brightly on your way out that the women in their chairs mistake you for the sun. Thanks, y'all. Hello. So I forgot to record my names, y'all. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Tell me what to do. I don't know. You can follow me on Twitter at JAI_Mykel. That's MYKELL. And on Instagram at just the letter J .MYKELL. J Mykel. Micah J, y'all. I don't think I have anything else to say. I just really don't know what I'm doing. So we're gonna baby step it together. How about that? Alright, so what I think I'm going to be doing is sharing the first versions of things that I write here, and we'll create polls for you guys, asking questions about what I should add, or I might write a couple cliffhangers for y'all and give you options for where it could go. This is really just to get me writing and sharing the things that I write. I keep a lot of stuff to myself. But if you liked it, let me know, because it'll really help me push to put stuff out. And yeah, I appreciate the time y'all took to listen to all that. And if you want more, let me know. Pull up on a kid or whatever. All right. All right. I'm just talking now, so I'm about